Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Wade brings the double team. Here's Henderson. And it's Miami with the rebound. Whiteside's got 3 rebounds now in this one. And even Clark, with the departure of LeBron this past offseason, you saw many free agents still look to play for the Heat. They're definitely doing something right there.
Yeah, you know, they lost LeBron, who went home, but it wasn't an easy decision for LeBron. Bosh decided to stay, and they had several other free agents go out of their way to play in Miami.
Wade on the wing. You can list off a lot of accolades for Dwayne Wade. One thing that might get overlooked is just how good he is at throwing the alley-oop pass.
Absolutely. It shouldn't be a surprise since he's so skilled at so many other facets of the game, but he might go down as one of the better alley-oop throwers of all time. Andre Miller's in that category,
yes,
too.
2 very, very good examples. Monley's check in for Charlotte. Williams comes in for Gerald Henderson.
And no question, he got bumped on that shot.
Definitely no room for discussion on that one.
With Wade, you look at a lot of the year-end highlights for any season in the past few years, and a lot of them are just him throwing down those majestic-looking alley-oops.
And one final thing about Wade's alley-oop passes. He can throw them accurately from almost anywhere. I recall one he threw from almost almost the foul line at the other end to LeBron James in a game against the Pacers. As soon as he gets it even near his own half-court line, he's a threat to catch somebody sleeping.
Now Williams. Walker the pass to Jefferson. Knocked loose. It's stolen by Wade. Throws it up high. The alley-oop layup, very well done. And the Heat lead by 1. Guys, close one here. No team getting a huge advantage.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, there have already been 5 lead changes, but nobody taking control of it.
A great matchup. I mean, these two teams really, really match up well talent-wise. I'm enjoying this.
Here's Dragic from outside. It's rebounded by Jefferson. Jefferson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Rebound by the Heat. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Deng can't get it to go. For Charlotte, they've gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. A very slow start offensively. Williams kicks to Walker. And it's Walker again missing.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Dragic with it. He's picked up by Walker. Lets the 3 fly. And Dragic gets it to go on the assist by Deng. And it's 13 points for Goran Dragic. The Heat were really in a class of their own last year when it came to offensive firepower. They shot an amazing rate.
Yeah, they ended with a 50% shooting mark, which is really just off the charts. To go that entire season with that clip, impressive.
Anderson, he's checked in for Miami. Napier comes in for Dwayne Wade. The Heat with the lead. To the wing on the left. Napier kicks to Dragic. Bosh inside. Fires the 3. And another 3 from Dragic. Dragic has got 9 points now in just the second half. Stevenson drives in. Pass to Hairston. Charlotte moving it around. Williams dishes to Jefferson. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Boy, that's embarrassing, guys. He's going to have a hard time living that one down later when they watch it on tape.
The Heat making a switch here. Dennis is checked in. And a switch here also for Charlotte. Biombo, he's checked in for Al Jefferson. 1:21 left in the third. Ennis misses.
Rebounds are split just about down the middle in this game, Clark.
I'd venture to guess whichever team is able to maintain that energy level on the glass will have the upper hand the rest of the way. You can see the eye contact there. Gave a little nod and then burst to the rim for the alley-oop slam.
No doubt, Clark. They're teammates with a terrific feel for each other out on the floor.
And what a play to make it a close game, a potential momentum builder.
It seems that every pass they make is leading to a score here. I mean, that's just exquisite ball movement.
Yeah, they're making the right play, they're working together, and they're just looking for the best shot they can every possession.
James Ennis. That's his first personal foul. Second team foul.
Here's Stevenson.
Chris
Ryan Stevenson, the all-time leading scorer in the history of high school basketball in New York State. And that's something when you consider, Clark, the great players who came before him.
Yeah, to be at the top of that list says a lot about his high school career. He actually led Lincoln High School to an unprecedented 4 straight city basketball championships. There's a reason his nickname is Born Ready.
The wide open look here for Bosch. And the Heat, another three.
Well, I tell you what, when you get this kind of effort and efficiency from him, they're a really hard team to beat.
Stevenson kicks to Biyombo. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
Maybe a low percentage pass, but it still nearly got through.
I like it, though. I mean, it's an aggressive play. Heads up defending to deflect it away.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Josh McRoberts comes in for Chris Bosh. And Walker subbed in for Luol Deng. They get a hand on it. Walker with it. They lead by 8. That's the biggest of the game. Kicks to Ennis. And offensively, a great show for the fans through the first 3 quarters. It's been a fun game to watch. Here's Napier. A moment now to reset the lineups. Brought to us by Gatorade. All fueled up here for the 4th quarter. On the court for Charlotte. At the 3, MKG and Cody Zeller at the 4. Walker runs the point with Stevenson flanking him. And it's Jefferson in at the 5. And that's out of bounds. Miami will retain possession.
3 seconds on the shot clock. 3.
And Miami has possession. Shot's good by Walker.
They're going back to the three-point shot over and over and over.
That was the 9th straight point from behind the arc, Clark. It feels like they're finding the holes in this defense.
Jefferson inside. Working on Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Zeller. Off with the layup.
I'd love to see them impose their will a little bit more on the backboard. Usually that's a great way to take control of a game.
Well, they haven't been able to do that yet, but it's something they're certainly capable of.
Dwayne Wade, he's checked in for Walker.
Personal foul. First team foul. Substitution.
4th quarter still young, just over a minute play. Kicks it out to Stevenson. The dish to Walker. Back to Kid Gilchrist. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
He tried to shoehorn along the sideline, but he stepped out of bounds. Pretty good defense there to force the turnover.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Anderson. Walsh comes in for Josh McRoberts. Luol Deng is checked in for Ennis. And it's Dragic in for Napier. Shot is good, and the Heat's lead is cut down to 9 in the bucket from Walker.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
He sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set.
And play stops as it looks like they call an over the back here.
Not much doubt about that over-the-back call.
Yeah, he was all over his back that time. Looked like he was going for a piggyback route.
Hornets trail by 9. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. In the corner, it's Kid Gilchrist. He kicks to Jefferson. Kid Gilchrist, the pass to Zeller. And here's Walker outside. No good. Now the Heat take it the other way. Bosch with it, and Zeller picks him up defensively. Wade against Stevenson. Wade, good.
You know, the height difference there is huge, but he canceled it out with great body control in the air.
Exactly, Steve. He got to the hoop and wouldn't allow himself to be manhandled by the big boy.
Jefferson drawn the double team. Walker dishes to Kid Gilchrist. Back to Walker. Stevenson kicks to Jefferson. Got a piece of it. It's stolen by Dragic. It's up a 3. Another miss by Dragic.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out. Not too much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
And that'll be Miami as it goes out of bounds. The Heat retain possession.
Yeah, he definitely saw some things that were not working for them out there, and now he's going to make some adjustments.
I'm not sure what it was, but he clearly wanted something to change out there.
Timeout called, the Heat. Anderson, he's checked in for Miami. The Hornets also changing it up. Biombo, he's checked in for Jefferson. Kirsten comes in for Kid Gilchrist. And it's Williamson for Lance Stevenson. And let's get this update now from Doris Burke, who's across the way on the sideline.
Thanks, guys. I got a chance to hear what Eric Spoelstra was saying to his team. He said, we are this close to finishing them off, but the job is not done yet, and I don't want to see any let-up out there. We'll see how well his point got across, guys.
Thanks again, Doris. And Chris Anderson picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
A little overeager right there. Left his feet too early.
And if you're already boxed out, you got to try to work to get around. Otherwise, it's a surefire foul. Usually, if he gets to the rim, he's converting it into points. But the defense stood tall there.
2 minutes.
And the pass to Hairston. To halt the run. And there's the whistle. Fouled hard on the shot. He'll go to the line.
B.J. Hairston, an interesting case. Spent 2 seasons at North Carolina, then ruled ineligible. Ended up playing for a year in the D-League. I'll tell you, he could be a steal when you consider his NBA frame and prolific scoring ability.
And trouble seems to follow this Hairston kid. This offseason, he got into an altercation with a high school kid during a pickup game in Durham. He's got to stay away from some of these issues.
Well, clearly he's had some bumps in the road, and the more you have, the more you think it's a pattern. So at some point, he's got to turn this thing around. Now, we know your rope gets longer the more talent you have. And he has tremendous talent, and the rope has been fairly long and loose, but at some point, he's got to tighten things up. And if he does, he'll be a factor in the league.
Here's Wade. Right through the knee for the layup. And the Heat lead by 15.
Well, this is going to end in a lopsided victory, obviously. I love the tenacity and aggressiveness and the ability to close. You really have to give it up for the Heat.
A few times this season, turnovers have cost him, but Clark, they really kept the ball under control.
I thought they were both focused and relentless, Kevin.
He has not been on his game, and, you know, their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not helped the situation.
You know, he's been off his game this quarter just a bit. Hasn't been able to get a whole lot to go so far.
And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
You know, one of the big stories has been the 3-ball. It's been a key part of their offense throughout the game.
The other thing that jumps out to me is just the big number of assists they've had. The offensive